One thing that Attack on Titan does well is setting up mysteries. And one of these mysteries in season 2 was the arrival of the Beast Titan. This cool, beast looking like Titan that can throw stuff and can control other Titans. It was pretty neat to watch. But at that time, it wasn't really clear what he was doing there. Obviously, at this point, we know that humans can become Titans like Eren Yeager and Annie Leonhardt. But it wasn't really clear what this guy was doing here. You know, he can talk and he can control all these Titans, but what exactly was he doing here? Now, later on in later seasons, we find out that he was actually there to recover the Colossal Titan and the Armored Titan, because Marley is involved in like a bunch of wars and stuff, and then what he wants is to kind of bring them back so that they can win those wars. But it isn't really clear within season 2, even after rewatching it. So what I want to do is to actually just analyze what he was doing there, like what the point of all of this was, and then see if any of it adds up. And when I say, like, does it add up, I mean, are the reasons that were given for his arrival match his actions? So if he says, I'm here to recover these guys, are his actions directed, like, in that direction? Because Ren and Bertolt don't say that they're leaving because they saw the Beast Titan. They're just kind of leaving because they captured Eren and Reyna was getting sick of all the lying and stuff. And none of this has to do with Annie as well, because they don't even mention what happened to Annie. They don't even know what happened to her because it actually happened the day before season 2 kicks off. So yeah, that's what I mean there when I say, does it add up? It just means, what are the reasons that we're given? Do they align with the Beast Titan's actions, or Zeke's actions rather? So going back to the first reason, to recover the Colossal Titan and Armored Titans. Now, the way that this whole season kind of plays out is the Beast Titan shows up, it attacks some towns, and then the cadets kind of get caught in the crossfire. Some people die.
Now, damn it! You're standing between me and the tanker to mail! I've earned the right to get trashed!
And then he just leaves. And then at the end of the season, we do kind of get a little bit of a cliffhanger with him within like Wall Maria, kind of just standing there, kind of being like, hey, see you next season, guys. But then, yeah, like nothing actually happened during the course of the whole season. And the reason why Bertolt and Reiner end up leaving is because Reiner has a mental breakdown. And then that's what causes him to want to just kind of stop all the lying and then show his true self and capture Eren Yeager and leave with him. Now, of course, this is actually pretty convenient just because at this point, the scouts have already found out that Reiner and Bertolt are the armored and colossal titans. So if they had spent one more day without having this mental breakdown, then they would have been found out, and then basically the whole story would be over because they would have been caught, and then they would reveal the truth of the show. And again, the Beast Titan doesn't actually tell them. He just kind of attacks some towns and then leaves. Now, it could be that he assumes that they will hear rumors about some Beast Titan who attacked some people. But again, he doesn't. It's been years since the warriors left Marley to come to Paradis. So he actually has no reason to believe that they're even still alive, and he doesn't spend any time investigating this. On to the next point. So it could be that he wants to gauge the islanders' power. This is reasonable because he does actually chat to this one guy trying to figure out, the weapons that the scouts use, or the military rather. And then, yeah, he's kind of like gauging how they deal with Titans during this attack on this weird little tower here. But again, he just kind of leaves, and then his story kind of only kicks off once Reiner and Bertolt have escaped and then meet up with him on Wall Maria. So, yeah, that could be the reason, but it's just a little strange. Something else of note here is how after season 2 ends, there's basically a whole gap of season 3 where some other stuff happens within the walls and the scouts are like fighting the military police and all that stuff. And Reiner, Bertolt, and the Beast Titan are just kind of hanging out in Wall Maria, not doing anything until season 4 rolls around. And I guess this whole time they're just waiting for the scouts to show up looking for the basement, which wasn't actually going anywhere. So literally, if the scouts wanted to, they could have spent like 2 years just kind of hanging out within the inner walls. And I guess Zeke and Bertolt would have just been sitting there waiting to set up this trap. It is a little bit weird of a plot point to kind of have it happen that way, where if Zeke was kind of gauging their strength for like an attack, he just kind of waits to set up a trap instead of actually going on the offensive. And if it was to recover Reyna and Bertolt, why didn't they just leave immediately? So yeah, that's also just like something else that's a little bit weird about the arrival of the Beast Titan. Another reason could be just senseless slaughter, I guess, because he shows up, starts turning people into Titans, killing people. It's kind of pointless. Zeke is kind of being set up here as a dick. So hopefully we don't get some arc down the road to show that he's actually a cool guy. Because yeah, he does just kind of kill his own people for no reason. And when I say that these are Zeke's people, I don't actually mean because he's a Malayan, so they're not technically his people, but they are part of the same race within the world of AOT. And his main motivation is to reduce the suffering of his people. So it is a little bit weird to just kind of have him needlessly slaughter them within this context, and then later on his motivations are supposed to be sympathetic and understandable, where at this point he's just kind of killing them for no reason. Again, if his motivation is to gather information, he could discreetly enter Paradis, gather information about their military capabilities, and then leave. He didn't have to do this at all, apparently. Now, the real reason that I'm getting to here is that the point of all of this was actually just to set up the plot, because we needed stuff to happen in season 2. And if Reyna and Bertolt don't have a mental breakdown, I guess, then yeah, they would have been found out, like I said before, and then yeah, they would have been imprisoned. So yeah, that's basically it. It's literally to get the plot going. He's there for no reason. He doesn't actually achieve any point. And as we've established before, I think in a different episode, the islanders are like pretty backwards in terms of technology. So if Malay actually wanted to destroy them, they could just do it easily, and they wouldn't have to actually do this whole turn people into Titans and attack for no reason and risk himself getting killed, you know. But yeah, pretty quick one today. Check you guys on the next one. Bye.